This is Sigil 20 from Teal Swan's deck, The Blind Spot Oracle. Card 20. You don't know, but you think you know. If you have drawn this sigil, you think you know everything in a circumstance, but actually, you do not know everything, and a critical piece of information is missing. Consider that this piece of information, or awareness, might be something no one sees yet, or it might be a piece of information being provided already by someone from the outside that is being rejected. In this situation, acting from what you know is acting in ignorance. This desire to be the one who knows is not in and of itself negative. But there is a shadow side to the quest for knowledge. The shadow side is that knowledge is often used by the ego as a security blanket. The ego uses knowledge to avoid things that it fears. In society, knowing more about something than somebody else boosts one's social status. We become significant to others when we know something more than they do. We become significant when we are the conduit through which they can get their knowledge fix. It is easy then to see how the ego could use knowledge to avoid insignificance, personal insecurity, and worthlessness. Knowledge also helps us to avoid future calamity. If we know the winter is coming, we can stock up on food and survive the winter. If we do not know it is coming and do not stock up on food, we may die. If we are a person who worries about the future and, most of all, who does not trust ourselves to create a reality that feels good to us, knowledge becomes a tool for self-protection. It is the warrior's best friend. Knowledge is often used by the ego to keep itself away from the rocky seas of uncertainty, because cognitive closure makes us feel safe. The ego is obsessed with the quest for truth and knowledge because it is convinced that knowledge and truth will keep unwanted things from happening to it. But the unknown holds a glaring truth, like a clam holds a pearl, and that truth is that the state of learning is a higher state than knowing. The open state of inquisition and questioning is a state that's open to all possibilities. The closed state of knowing shuts the door to further learning. In a way, knowing is endedness. You can't know everything about everything. And it is very dangerous to act as if you know when you do not know. It is extremely dangerous to act thinking that you know, when the fact that you didn't know something resulted in a whole slew of avoidable suffering. People who draw this sigil are often not listening to others or asking questions. They come up with the reasons why other people's ideas don't work, devaluing others' ideas or credibility. They refuse to explore other options, while defending their own opinion regardless of it being an erroneous one, and ask leading questions to prove their point. They make assumptions and are not open to any other points because they have already made up their mind. If you have drawn this sigil, you are in a state of closed-mindedness. Even if you are a better informed person who is finding it extremely difficult to think about problems from the perspective of lesser informed people, doing so is critical in this situation. You are not aware of a vital piece of information, but you are telling yourself and acting as though you know it all. We tend to act as though we know when we do not know in relationships. For this reason, I am going to tell you that to really love someone in a way in which they will feel loved, and to create actual resolve in an interpersonal conflict, you must understand this issue. I am going to go even further with this and say that you should stop trying to love them and start trying to understand them instead. When we do not understand another person, we do all the wrong things, thinking that they are the right things to do. When you understand something, you know that thing on a mental, emotional, and physical level. It is no longer a guessing game. If you have drawn this sigil, you need to be brave enough to face what you are trying to avoid by knowing. Open your mind. Operate with the intention of understanding everything. Let curiosity be your mental set point, knowing that a critical piece of understanding which you do not have right now will come to you at any time and from anywhere, even potentially the most unlikely of sources.